Welcome to the Politricks watch. This is Sir B. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the titty monster. If you've seen Sesame Street, you know about the Cookie Monster. In Iron Man, you have the titty monster. He's the son of one of your favorite dandem, one of your favorite 90 octane. Them almost shoot him. Turned out it's a big gun battle. You're going to hear about it. I'm also going to be touching on JDF soldier. We see some people say farmer. We see some people say he's currently serving, but what we know for certain is that at some point he was a JDF soldier. And take him on live. Let me talk about it. By now, you should know there's an ongoing gang war in West Kingston. But what's spooky about this gang war is that from time to time, it gets so quiet that you almost forget to go on. Things dead down and it's almost like, there's some kind of illusion. Say, boy, those days are over. Peace are reign. And then one incident happened and you're quickly reminded, say, hold on, West Kingston I talk about. The West Kingston. You see, there's an audio going around from a shootout between 87s. This audio is not the type of audio, right, where the JTB, Jamaica Tourist Board, right, is going to put out. It's not the kind of stuff you want to be associated with Iron Man, but it's the reality. It's the reality for many residents, not just in West Kingston, Central Kingston, East Kingston, all over the place. Right, St. James, all about. So I'm going to play the audio so I realize, say, right, a serious times are living on. So I'm going to play the audio. Again, this is the 87s attacking Titty Monster, who is the son of Dudus, and Titty Monster boys them I retaliate. Shoot out one. Listen up. Now, for the woke West Kingston experts, them, the type of people that learn all about West Kingston. Some of them hearing a song or maybe them lecturer tell them something on their criminology course in Winnipeg. What you just heard, right, is the sound of clappers and camera trick. Right, because for these folks, right, there are no gangs, no 87s, right, no heavy weaponry in West Kingston. It's all a big lie to smear West Kingston because some kind of bad mind thing are going. Right? So you have to just fight against West Kingston. And if a gold or a diamond, right, or sapphire stockpile up on a West Kingston, but the bad mind is heavy. So for these people, right, yes, this is just clappers and camera trick. Now for the people who don't buy unicorns, that's the sound for shoot up the 87s. When you hear the rifle them, when you hear a gunshot. Those are not sounds from Ukraine, war with Russia. Those are not sounds from Palestine. That's not Israel and Hamas. That's Iron Man. No problem, man. West Kingston have a whole heap of people. Whole heap of people. Vast majority are not 87s, vast majority. Now run on the body, shoot off on the body and kill the body. This is reflected in the data. You have everybody in a West Kingston. You have everybody in a every quote-unquote garrison. You see, enough people's perception of the inner city is shaped, as I said, by what they hear in a song or from them woke lecturer on their criminology courses in Winnipeg. Or even UE. Wokeness all over the place. Wokeness spread faster than Big C. The narrative is that the inner city is this place where everybody is destitute and starving and malnourished. Far from it. Everybody in the ghetto. Teacher, nurses, policeman. Yes, policeman live in a bad man place. You have the business people then. You have enough people in the inner city that can easily afford a house uptown. But if not listen to me. You have people in the inner city, in a bad man place, in the ghetto, that have the money to move uptown if they wanted to. Enough people choose to stay. You see, they don't teach you this on the criminology course. Enough man does not left, enough woman does not left, especially old time people. Right? Enough people can tell you. If them even make a certain amount of money and say, I'm going to move you out of the garrison. Mama says she not going nowhere. Papa says he's not going nowhere. Yes, so him no. And this is before you even factor in the students then. The pity them. So, people in them yard and have to hear them shot their fire. Of course, by now, one could argue a strong case that residents in West Kingston are probably conditioned to hearing gunshot, unfortunately. But that no means it's okay. Not because somebody used to something means it's okay. Not because you're used to being treated like a dog don't mean that's okay. Not because you're used to being tied up and electrocuted against a wall, that don't mean it's okay. So the fact say enough people are here gunshot all them life in our West Kingston, that never really change the fact that it shouldn't be happening. You know, I was reading the papers and I see them say, right, them ask the residents them, why would anybody want to target Titty Man? People them say them don't know, right? Them can't think of any reason. It always make me laugh when time the mainstream media, right, interview people in a bad man place. Like them are go hear anything like substantial. Like the people are go say, well, you see Titty Monster now, them man there, I him a lock off away son, him the go so last weekend and shot him. It's not going to happen. The only way it happen is if you catch them one away and they can be guaranteed to be anonymous and they will tell you a certain thing. But anytime you interview people publicly in a bad man place after shootings, if there was one smarty stand up side of them not say nothing, because that one smarty I could tell about the man and say, yo, you know, so me here. Me here I tell. No observer say, you would lock off one son, that's why the money can't shoot off him. You know that guy already. Post bun down, head get removed. You see, Titty Monster narrowly escaped that already, you know, and him still in the madness. How Dudus son involved in them things? You see, when time your favorite scholar, favorite expert from Winnipeg, I tell you say, right, them understand badness and them understand why youths bust gun and fight gang on them. Tell us, oh, it's because there's poverty and if you just you should just have like, you know, a job or something then, you know, some unemployment, then they wouldn't. You think Titty Man need your job? Do you think Titty Man never get opportunity? Titty Man is Dudus. So, matter of fact, let's go back further than Titty Man. Because we're talking about generations now. Jim Brown. Jim Brown are Lester Light Coke in real name. Jim Brown and Sharper see make much money from Light Coke. The man Vivian Blake them. Serious money. International level of crime. The US government take notice, right, of Show Posse and Jim Brown them and Vivian Blake. That's so much money, right, and badness and crime them are going with. Dudus is not illiterate. Liberty is not illiterate. Sandy Brown, Bama T, Jati, you can name all of them. They are not illiterate. They were not starving and malnourished and looking for a slice of bread. Jim Brown pitney them get better schooling than the average Jamaican child. Let me pick myself. Jim Brown pitney them got better education, were around more money, with more food in them belly than the average Jamaican. Is there anybody who really want to have this debate? Is there anybody who want to argue, right, that Dudus, right, and Jati them take up badness because they may try make ends meet and put food in them belly to avoid malnutrition? Go and check the school them where Jim Brown pitting them go. They are some of the most prestigious traditional high schools in Jamaica, We're talking about the Woolmer's boys. We're talking about the Arden high schools, etc. Quote unquote, big school. Jati was not struggling to read and write. Neither was Dudus or Sandy Brown. This is the perfect example of culture. The West Kingston Coke family is the perfect example. A case study in culture. But even though them get the good schooling and food in a belly and money there, and them could have wear nice clothes, right? I'm showing a picture with Dudus. And in my whole, one of the shoulder bag them, right? The crossbody bag them, full of cash. How many people have seen that picture? Right? A long time I don't see it because I have to dig back into the archives feed, but I've done a video on it before showing Dudus. Right? He might get hugged up by his big brother, Jati, and him have right, a little crossbody bag thing, full of cash, mouth full of teeth. That picture is rare because normally you don't see Dudus looking like that. But when he was younger and Jati was around, Dudus enjoyed the lifestyle too. The badness culture is strong with the family and the youth them just keep getting drawn into it. Right? Even the generation who don't even make no sense, like Titty Monster. How Titty Monster end up in a badness. From Jim Brown to Dudus them, alright, that's second generation. How the third generation reaching a badness too. Them even call themselves young generation. The political connections that the Coke family have. And both sides, by the way, because even though West Kingston and Dudus is traditionally right, associated with the JLP, and that is their main association, Dudus was known to link with man from any side. Them could have used them political connections to get access to all kind of things, open all kind of doors where enough Jamaicans couldn't get open. Right, remember, a links when them thing there. One phone call. Yo, you know who run this? Alright, link him up and want to do this. But instead, a badness. They want to run off. Titty Monster never grew up, come see the culture, saying, no, don't be like Dudus. Titty Monster see the culture idolizing Dudus, idolizing Jati, idolizing Jim Brown. Right, appear big up every dance Titty Man ever going on. Every street party, every club Titty Monster ever going on. The selector, if they acknowledge him, they must say big him up and big up your father. So the culture glorify and idolize Titty Monster father. Why would he not want to be like him daddy? Him want to get sing about in a song too. Him want to get big up too. So the aesthetic culture drawing youths who by this point should have been far removed from criminality. Like I tell you now, for the 90 and 116 of the thing go. But the acidic culture end up drawing youths to them become just like them daddy when they should be trying to distance themselves from the culture and the lifestyle where them daddy live. But it requires very high EQ and discipline to avoid it. And the reason I say very high EQ and discipline to avoid it is because that youth have to go to himself, you know what? Me see the badness, the grandpa. Me see where badness carry daddy. Me see where badness carry my uncle them. Me see where badness carry my cousin them. Me see where badness carry West Kingston. Me don't want to do it. Instead, this is the route I go take. Because I see how ugly it can be, that is going to motivate me to go the opposite route. So you them have the discipline and the firm mentality to resist the acidity because it's like a magnet, you know. Magnet, as I say. People I say, yo, you've come run the thing in the dog, yeah, done turn the dog. Yo dog, yo, you take this man, you do the son man, you eat that dog, yo, them boy for dead man, you. They say, no. You know the panda? We're talking about somebody with their meds and their mindset of the clouds. And clearly, that's not Titty Monster. What separates the children of the 90 from the children of the 116? The 90 acting can have money just like the 116. But the 90 acting takes great pride in being a Don and being a bad man. And the 90 acting would even take pride when it may say his son turn bad man. The 116 tend to transition out of the badness to the point where By the time Fiend Pitney them born, them don't even know say daddy was a criminal too. Them start out in the same game like a 90 or even a 87 sometime. They might sell that coke, they might sell this, or them, them money laundering and all kind of things. But then, the money where they make, next thing you know, it gone at this, it gone at that, and by the time the Pitney them grow up, them come inherit bank, hotel, and all kind of things. And if you were to see them Pitney there and tell them, say, say your daddy was criminal, then that's a lie you tell. Them that said, Dad? You mean boring old dad? No way. Because them not come see them father abad. Them not come see them mother abad. The father completely hide that part of the family's history. The 90, however, educate him son on who them is. Yo, you know who we are? And we run yassa, and we run yassa. And if you go to school and a boy this you, make sure say this happen. So even though you can have two criminals doing the same crime, right, their next generation can come out completely different. And one country where you see this a lot is Uncle Sam place. Uncle Sam is actually notorious for this. The image of being criminals get left behind. You have to dig and a look and a look and a look. And you say, hold on, no film grandfather did that so far back you have to carry. But then you have some criminals who just want to remain bad man and dance forever. No transition to anything outside of basic bust gun, run place, dead, and go jail. Very interesting. Let me talk about the JDF soldier, Anthony Willocks. Check him on live. Now the picture you see on your screen is from his social media page, and the words are haunting because as you can see him say, Mom and Dad, see you soon. Look on the username, Lonely Rain. Sometimes the signs are all there, and after the person take them life, people really notice. Now that him gone, it seems so obvious, right? Mom and Dad, see you soon. Now, let me just say this. 89% of all cases of people taking them life in Jamaica are men. Matter of fact, in every country, when we check, the majority of people who take them life are men. But in Ireland, it's 89%. That's the most recent check. 89%. If 89% of any one group is responsible for something, it would be a hell of a crisis, especially for something bad. But this is not a crisis because, it's just men. Who cares? The JDF and the JCF in particular seem to constantly be in the news for them things. Whether somebody take them life as a civilian or a police or a soldier, it doesn't matter. But let me just say this to the members of the JCF and JDF. You know there are avenues, there are channels to get help. Right? In the JCF and the JDF. But that doesn't mean nothing if you don't ask for it. Get help. I'm going to say something right now, and at this point, I've said it ad nauseum. But I don't care. If me have to repeat it a million more times, so be it. Take some of the money on and spend on liquor, on clothes, and smartphone and all kind of the latest gadgets. Won't update every year when I need to update because it's the same thing anyway. Right, and invest it in your mental health. Nice things are nice, but focus on what really matters. Get your headspace in the right place, especially the man then. Because 89% are man. The male ego have a lot to do with it. Because enough man no want to ask you no help. Whether it's ego or pride, put it aside. Especially when you factor in members of the security forces who might go through things like PTSD or whatever the case may be. There is no shame in trying to fix your mental health. Now, I don't know the specifics about Anthony Willocks. Obviously he never called me and tell me how he's feeling. But enough people, or most people, who take them life, find themselves in a situation where they're suffering from crippling loneliness. And here's the thing. Loneliness is powerful. It can make you feel isolated even when you're surrounded by lots of people that care about you. Notice the word I'm use? Feel. Feel isn't always reality. As a matter of fact, feel enough time is downright unicorn meat. Somebody can be surrounded by lots of love, enough people care about them, but they don't feel the love. They don't feel like them have anybody. So even though people did it, who do anything to help them, it don't translate to the person for one reason or another. And then, mentally, them end up looking at a wall. And them can't see nothing past the wall. They don't see any future. And then, here come those thoughts in the back of them head. Better I just end it here, man. Better I just done it right here, so. And they start to entertain those thoughts. And them start to feel lonelier and lonelier. And sometimes people don't even notice any difference. So get help. Male, female, in a matter, get help. But based on the stats we are saying, so I remind them especially, get help. Put the ego aside. Yes, I understand. Man a man, grab seed bag, beat chest, silverback gorilla style, but end of the day, still flesh and blood. This is not a solution. Right? No matter how little thoughts in the back of your mind, I tell you, say, yeah man, do it man, this is the best way out. This is not a solution. Get some help. Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.